Now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Airing it out deep for Wood. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun. Taylor. Touchdown, Packers. Kelvin Benjamin. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Now Taylor going to lead his guys up to go for 2. Taylor will throw again. Flushed out right. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now out come the Bills. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Zach Brown. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Third and long here for Rosen. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Brent Grimes. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. That's an experienced DB picking off a rookie. And, you know, sometimes those experienced DBs, they love going against the young pups, don't they?
And I go back to the offseason, had a quick conversation with him about, hey, when you play younger quarterbacks, what's it like for you? And he says it's like being a boxer. I give him a lot of different angles, a lot of different looks, and a lot of times I just bait the young guy.
And there he baited him right into the interception. reception. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. They'll throw on first down with Taylor. Escaping the pressure right to Mixon on the check down. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. And break, the tight end's got it. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. Again, it's Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
3rd and 2, now Taylor. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Robert Woods scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Packers get a score closer.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
To throw again is Taylor. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. A very pivotal two-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
And the Bills are going to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They run it again with Cook. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bills on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Now let's go.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now the Packers going to take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down. That's Cook. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He connected on his first, this from 41. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Taylor now throwing on 1st down. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. Taylor on 1st down. Finds a seam inside the 40. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows and just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Here's Taylor to throw. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. One last shot for Taylor. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, Stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Bills, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
you